Hey everyone, it's Sam here. So I thought I would make a separate tutorial showing you how I make this Christmas tree easel card. Now I actually made the Christmas tree during one of my scraps videos, and it initially was just meant to be a fun way to use your frame dies, and then when I started making it I realised it looked like a Christmas tree. So this is the one that I made during the scraps video, and I said, oh, I think I'm going to end up putting it onto an easel card, and here is what I've done. So this will fold flat, so it'll be like this when it's in the envelope, and then when you open it up they just pop it behind the little stopper there. And this one has Merry Christmas, and I've used felt on this as well, which I'll show you in a moment, but I just think it looks lovely. I love the bold sentiment on the front there, and then you could, if you want, have a piece here, or you could not cut this piece and have it just covering all of it, and then it would, because these are on foam, the tree would sit against these and you could write your message there. But I've got a piece of white card on the back and I'm going to stamp and have my sentiment on the back there. It's a really easy style card to do, so let me show you how. Okay, so as always I've gone ahead and cut all of the bits and pieces that I'll need, and I'll talk you through all of this as we go. You're going to need a nest of square dies to create the Christmas tree effect, and you're going to want your card blank. So first of all we will score the card. Now if you make your card blanks and you have a lot of A4, that's what I've used to make this one, so it's nearly 6 by 6. Otherwise, if you want to make it actually 6 by 6, you'll want to cut yourself a piece of 12 by 6, and along the 12-inch side you're going to score at 6 and 9, and then just follow the other measurements when I give you those in a moment. But if you've got A4 like me, you want to cut this so it's the default length, which is about 11 3/4 by 5 7/8, and then along this long side you're going to score at 5 7/8, and then at 8 3/4. Then pop it onto this side where you've got your 8 3/4, or it would have been your 9-inch score line, and you're going to score at 2 and then 4 if it's your 6-inch piece. If you've got A4 you're going to score at 2 and then at 3 7/8. I'm just basically taking 2 inches off of the sides here, so we've got this panel just in the middle. All these measurements will be written into my blog. Then you want to fold and burnish all of the score lines, and then we want to snip away the 2 sections on either side. So you're going to cut all the way down nice and neat. You can use a trimmer if you prefer, all the way down to there, and then I'm actually going to remove the score line completely. So I'm cutting to the right hand side there. Like so. And then I'm going to do the same on this side, just cutting down that score line. And then again, now I'm cutting to the left of this one just so I can take that out completely, like so. So all we're left with is this, and that's what's going to have the Christmas tree on the front. Then you're going to want to cut yourself these 2 pieces here. Now these measurements are for if you've used A4 like me. So this piece here is 5.5 by 3 3/4, and then this piece is 5 5/8 of an inch squared. If you're using the 6 by 6, you know, you've cut it, sorry, so it's 6 by 12, this will be 5 3/4 squared. This would be 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, again, all of that will be listed. So you might want to get that stamped, and then you can just stick that directly onto the back. But this one you don't want to do yet, because we're going to add our sentiment onto the top of that. So now we need to make the Christmas tree. So what I've already gone ahead and done is I've just stuck the nest of squares all together, and try and make sure that you keep the same gap all the way down. Okay, once you've got this one die is what you've basically made, you want to die cut it. Now for this one I die cut in a green glitter card, and then I die cut in a red, but this one I'm going to do all green, but I'm going to have green mirrored and green glitter. So I've got my glitter card here. I might have to add a shim, because you usually do when you have a glitter card, because you've got those 2 layers to cut through. So I'm just going to add my shim on the top. I think I've used an adhesive glitter. Yeah, it is. It doesn't matter. Okay, so then I can just take this all away, and it has cut, and you just want to separate them all That's the release paper that's tearing on the back of mine, but it's not going to be a problem. What I'm going to do is cut this again in white card, and I'm going to stick these on top of the cardstock. So a little bit long-winded for me, but you'll just cut yours all away so you've got these all separated, and then just cut your next piece. Okay, so mine are all separated now. I've got some scrap cardstock. This is like half of a piece of A4. You want it wider than the largest square when you've got it in a diamond shape. Okay, so whatever your measurement is across here, make sure your cardstock's a little bit bigger. I'm going to start with, I'm going to do this one here. I think this is actually going to be the, I'm probably going to, this will be the one that I will probably snip right across through the middle here. So it's just about covering that cardstock. It's going to be fine. I'm not going to, but give yourself a little bit more if you've never done this before. Okay, and then what you want is the next size down. So that's the largest mirrored one. So I'll pop that to one side because that's the same size as this one. You want then the next size down in whatever your opposite pattern texture is. You know, everyone's going to be doing something different. You're going to just for the minute, just lay it down so that the point here sits with the point there. You want it to run nice and flush down here, and then it's going to overlap this one into this section. Okay, then I'm going to go to the next size down again in the glitter and sit that there, and pop that one in the mirrored there, and then the next size down in the mirrored. And you're just going to repeat this. You're going to use these scrap pieces, well, not all of them, but most of them. And then that one, you can see already this lovely design that we're getting. And then don't need that one, so then I want this one. And you should have this same kind of, it's about 3/4 of an inch. Again, that's on mine. Yours might be different because you'll have a different set to me. And then I want the glitter here. So get rid of that one. And then I'm going to finish with this one here. And then when you stick this one down, you want to make sure that it overhangs and you have that same similar kind of gap. But by starting with the glitter, I end with the mirrored card at the top, which looks really nice. So that's how this looks. And then what you'll do, so what I would actually recommend now is we get this stuck down, because what we're going to do next is use these scrap pieces or leftover, and we're going to slide them underneath so we start to then fill this white space. You may not want to. Once we attach all this, we're going to snip across here. You may like that white. You might want to maybe put some acetate behind it. You can maybe turn it into a bit of a shaker. There's lots of other things you can do with this. But you want to start securing this. So I've laid that down just so you can see how you build it. But I'm actually going to take this all off again and just pop that to one side. And what I would recommend is I'm going to use my quick grab glue. And I'm just going to just run some glue around the edge there. And just stick that one down like so. Okay, and then we'll grab the next one. Now with this one, you only want to add the glue just to one half. You'll add glue to the second half when we stick the rest down. You don't want to add your glue all over it, because we don't want this here to stick down yet, because we're going to slide stuff underneath it. We only want to stick the top half. So you just want to repeat that with all the others. Just make sure just your glue goes onto the top half there, and then sit that down. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and finished the rest of that off. So I stuck, you would have seen me stick all that down, and then there would have been the white areas with your excess, all the pieces that you had left, you're just sticking them all underneath. So you would have had this shape. And then rather than, I wouldn't recommend putting this into your trimmer, because it could drag some of the layers if you haven't stuck them down properly. So what I would recommend doing is just using a ruler and a pencil, just lightly, you know, draw down there and then cut it away. This piece here I thought would look really nice to decorate the envelope, so keep that. And then it's up to you how you cut around this. So this one here I actually cut right up to it. You can see underneath it's a little bit messy. I mean, no one's really going to see that, so if you're happy with that kind of finish, then that's fine. Just snip that all away, or you can leave a white border like I've done here. It's really easy to do, and that way, you know, it's much neater on the back as well. So it's up to you how you do that. Sticking it down, I just added glue onto the front of, you can see the piece there, it's only on that front panel. Make sure you keep that one, you know, free. You're just sticking it on the front one there. You can see how that stands up. If you want to see how I finished all the inside and everything, I'll link up that other video from the scraps. You can see that all finished and where to add in the other pieces if you want. Then I've gone ahead and I've decorated the topper piece. So you can see this one says Merry Christmas, this one says Christmas Greetings. And I've used this felt foam. Now I was actually sent this a while ago. I've seen felt foam, you can buy this in, it's not all the craft stores, but I have seen it available. It will be by where the kids craft foam is. Otherwise on Amazon, eBay, places like that, just put in felt foam. It's 2mm and it cuts really well through your die machine. So I've done the green felt for this one and then the red felt for that one. Again, if I bring it up, it's really tactile. So I think it's quite a nice one for children's cards as well. So I've stuck that down, but I think I'm more to this end. It's thinner. It's a little bit thicker there. So I am just going to trim just a little bit off, not much, it's just a little slither. Yeah, that's better. And then this one here, I'm going to add some foam onto the back. Because it's your stopper, you want it to be slightly raised, so I'm just going to run a few strips along this piece here and just take the release paper off the back there. And then I'm just going to stick this along the bottom, and now your tree will sit just behind there with the Christmas greetings. I think it looks so nice. I love this. And then just decorate it how you want. You might want to put something up here, you can cover it with little baubles, maybe some embellishments. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to arrange these. So I've used my presents. These are all die cut from the 5x7 Excellent Edges Landscape. Say that again, Excellent Edges Landscape die set. And the alphabet is this one, my new one. The nice thing about this, because they're thinner, you can get much bigger sentiments within a smaller space. So I'm just going to have these all stuck along here. In fact, no, if I do gold, red, and just might add a few more onto the other one. Actually, if I do a little blue one there, what's that, 3 on each. Let's do a silver one in front there and a gold one in front there, and then I can use the last of these. Again, you could use them on the inside, the back, or on the envelope, but I'm going to do a red one on the front of that one and a gold on there, so it just fills it up a bit more. So I'm going to get all that stuck down. Okay, so there is the finished card. I'll just hold that one up there. I just love them. I just think it's brilliant. I think it makes such a different looking Christmas card. It's, you know, a completely unique design, and it's easy to do as well. And I just love the really bold sentiment. But like I said, you don't have to have this as an easel. You could have that, you know, on the card. You might have to just, like I said, you can cut along any of these points. So if you want your tree to be smaller, maybe that size, then just cut across there, depending on the size card that you want to make, because everybody's nesting dies are going to be different. I will put the measurements of my ones in my blog, so you've got something there. You can see on this one, actually, I trimmed it so it's a blunt end there. So I could just snip. In fact, I'll do it now with you, because I think it's always good to see these things. So I'm just going to keep it flat, flip it over, and I'm just going to snip. I don't want to cut my presents. I'm just going to snip across there. So can't do that one on the back, so I'm worried I'm going to snip the other piece. Maybe if I go that way instead. No, I'm going to have to go from the front. I don't want to cut the bottom of that, so I'm going to, there we go, there we go. And it still looks really nice because the presents kind of, you know, cover it anyway, but at least that way, yeah, it all fits, you know, better in that envelope. So, but, you know, there's loads of ways to do this, so just have fun with it. And yeah, hopefully you'll create some really nice cards. I'm unsure whether to, I might add a little embellishment in the center there, something sparkly. I think that could maybe set it off nicely, but you'll see that possibly in the thumbnail, if not on my blog, once I get around to doing that one. But yeah, there you have it, 2 very lovely Christmas easel cards, or Christmas tree easel cards. Sorry, I feel like I've got a mouthful getting everything out today. Anyway, thank you for watching as always. Everything will be listed in the description box below. Check out the scraps video where I show this as well, when you see all of it being stuck down, and some other videos popping up now, some festive ones that you might want to watch next. If you've enjoyed today and you haven't subscribed, then please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell, and that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.